Hello there everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer, the first seed that I am doing. And you may recall last episode, I had just gone through the, well, I haven't gone through it completely, but I went through the Rodeo training ground and got a couple of nice things. I did have to stop the recording, my voice recording, before finishing the recording of the game itself because the battery was running low, but it is now recharged, and I have actually gotten most of the the big Poe that I need in order for us to get the prize, and I think that really works out to actually have 4 bottles instead of the usual 3, since in the normal game, you get the 4th bottle from getting all of the big Poe. I think that should actually have been something that they did in the normal game. And it also works to actually have a wallet that lets me hold much more rupees than just 500. Yeah, I think that the Tycoon wallet only appears in the randomizer if you have Shop Sanity on. Okay, so we did all of that for a Shadow Temple key. Although, speaking of the Shadow Temple, actually, I think that you need to have the Forest Fire and Water Medallion in order to unlock the Nocturne of Shadow cutscene. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that those are required for doing that. But I'm just gonna check anyway, just to see. I mean, I could be wrong, but just wanna check to be sure. Although my guess is it's not gonna happen because, yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I think that if it did happen just from getting the Water Medallion and the Forest Medallion, I think that would have made the game a little too easy, because then that means that you could just skip the game, or just skip the Fire Temple, if that was not required to unlock the Nocturne of Shadow cutscene. So, there's that right there. I think that for this episode, we can actually go ahead and start the Shadow Temple. Although what I'm first going to do is start off with getting the Skulltula in the hole outside of Hyrule Castle. And we need to be Kid Link for that. You know, something I just thought up is that while we are here in Hyrule Castle Town, we may as well go ahead and do the mini-game of opening up the chest, since we have to have the Lens of Truth. Yeah, I think that I saw a Gossip Stone that said that the Lens of Truth was, or the, okay, Okay, I remember seeing a Gossip Stone that said that the treasure chest game did not allow glasses. And I think that was supposed to be a hint that you could use the Lens of Truth in that game. And I guess that makes sense that the glasses would not be allowed in this minigame, because if you use the Lens of Truth, that basically is like cheating. But what are the chances of you actually being able to get through this minigame legitimately? Although, another option probably would be to just use the save states and get through this, but I think that it's more fair to use the Lens of Truth to do this than just use save states and just open up the chest that I got wrong. That is a good idea, though, but I want to play it a little more fair than that. Alright. You know, it kind of feels like I'm in Ganon's castle with the music playing. Makes me wonder what music is going to play for when we finally do open up Ganon's castle. Now, I think I set the randomizer to where you need all of the medallions to unlock Ganon's castle. But I think that when I play this game, or do a second seed, I think that I will actually have only the Shadow and Spirit medallions be required to unlock Ganon's castle. It may just add a bit of a bit more, less difficulty. I guess less difficulty is more the proper word. Okay, and I'm not going to use the Lens of Truth to see what the prize is, so I'm just gonna open it up, and it was just a recovery heart. I don't believe that. Oh, man. I was hoping that it was gonna be like Serious Song, or the Minuet of Forest. Oh, and by the way, I did happen to have, one bottle of Blue Fire left over from doing the Ice Cavern a couple episodes ago, and I was originally gonna sell that to the, that man in, Kakariko Village that you can sell random items to in bottles. But I decided to actually use it to thaw out Zora's shop in, the Frozen Zora domain. But there wasn't really anything that the, Zora domain in the Child time period had. Pretty much the Goron and Zora shop, as well as the Kikiri shop, pretty much, they do not change with what items they have available for sale. I think that the differences only apply to, shops that actually move locations between time periods, such as how the Potion Shop and the Bazaar in Castletown moved to Kakariko Village in the adult time period. I think it's kind of kind of part of the story where after Castletown was taken over by Ganondorf, then everyone who lived in Castletown had to move to Kakariko Village, you know, kind of to seek shelter from the enemies that were now infesting Hyrule Castle. Leaving Hyrule Castle kind of in ruins. Well, of course, Hyrule Castle is not in the adult time period, it's replaced with Ganon's castle. Now, I would probably say that maybe they could have just rebuilt Hyrule Castle after the events of Ocarina of Time, but I don't think there'd be any point in that, since Wind Waker reveals that, that Hyrule had to flood itself after the events of Ocarina of Time in the adult timeline. In the child timeline, everything that happened in the future never happened, and, you know, instead, Link just left Hyrule and went on a search for Navi, presumably. That's what most fans believe, and I think that that is actually what was confirmed by Nintendo. Sure hope the game doesn't crash. It could, actually. So, yeah, we are here to kill that Gold Skulltula. I did try to do so a couple episodes ago, but I didn't have the boomerang then. But I have it now, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. And I also say, just in case something happens. I sure hope it's good. It's a key. Alright, a key for the Spirit Temple. Alright, so that's another key for the Spirit Temple. We'll be able to do that. Thank goodness. Alright, now to go back to the Temple of Time. Could I have used the Lens of Truth? Not the Lens of Truth. Din's Fire for anything else that I couldn't before? I can't think of anything, but I thought there was one other thing that you could do with Din's Fire that I haven't done already. Oh well. Alright, so here we are at the start of the Shadow Temple. And now I'm gonna light these torches. Now what's interesting is that you can actually light the torches in both the child and adult time periods, and the funny thing here is that if you do that in the child time period first, the torches will still not be lit in the adult time period. I guess after 7 years they just go out. And here we are listening to Lon Lon Ranch music, or the music that plays for the horse races. We heard it in the bottom of the well, and we're hearing it again in the Shadow Temple because, well, it's the same music in both dungeons. Like in the main game, the music is for the bottom of the well and the Shadow Temple are the same. Kind of like maybe the bottom of the well is like the little brother of the Shadow Temple. Okay, alright, come on. I can't believe that even when you are in the middle of a cutscene like this, the Re-Dead will still scream and freeze for a brief moment. Alright, come on, I gotta kill off these Kisses. Yeah, that's what they are actually called. The bats are called Kisses. Alright, so here's a chest. Hope it's something good. And it's a key for the fire temple. So at least we'll be able to continue with that whenever we get there. A couple of episodes later. Now here we are with fighting against Deadhand, and at least this time I actually have the Lens of Truth, so I can see where the shadow is for Deadhand. Okay, I'm just trying to be careful not to get caught by those. Oh, it's in the shadow is in the middle. In the middle of the hands. Is there any way to stun Deadhand? I'm not quite sure. You know, with the Deku Nuts. Okay, there we go. And victory music for me! Yeah, this is actually really fitting to play after the boss fight, even though it's music that plays anyway. Another Deku Shield. Haven't gotten anything really good so far. Just went all this way just for a Deku Shield. Yeah, I guess that's the cost for the randomizer. Sometimes you may get a good prize, other times you may not get a good prize. But I sure hope that I find one good prize in this dungeon that is not just another shield or a key for a dungeon. I mean, it is good to get as many keys for dungeons as needed, because that will help us progress through them when we get through the game later on. Alright, I'm gonna equip the Din's Fire again, because we are gonna be facing off against some more Re-Deads. Or are they Gyptos? I know the difference, I just don't know which one I'm gonna be coming across. Gyptos. Well, they're almost the same enemies, it's just that Gyptos wear bandages, like mummies. Ah, another full heart container. Alright, now into another room full of silver rupees. By the way, I don't know how many people will even think to comment, but when it comes to funerals, do you think that it works better to have happy music play during the funeral or sad music? I guess some people would say happy music because they're just trying to celebrate that person's life, the person that has just died. But wouldn't sad music also be fitting, because it's pretty sad when someone dies, right? Alright, the dungeon map for the Ice Cavern, but that's not going to do us any good. What I would like to find, actually, would be the dungeon map for the Water Temple, because then that way, it'll make it easier for me to be able to find where that last room that I need a key for is. Although, for all I know, that last key that I got for the Water Temple could actually just be an extra key. I mean, I would not think that they would even have that in the randomizer. But if I can find the dungeon map for the Water Temple, that will help me a lot in finding where that last door is, if it even exists. And Abby just wants to warn us about the monsters. Yeah, you see, there was one now. Right, now to go into this room, where I think I will find a Skulltula and a couple more chests. I sure hope one of them has a prize that is worth coming here for. It's the enemy that I like the least. In fact, I'm actually gonna equip my mirror shield, because the likes can't take away my mirror shield. Although for some reason, the like did not take the Goron tunic earlier. I'm not quite sure what was up with that. Alright. Just got some more rupees. Guess that's not really anything special. Alright, well that was all of them. So now I'm gonna be claiming my 3 prizes. Prize number 1 is a Deku Seed Bullet Bag upgrade. Alright, prize number 2 is the Silver Scale. That's a great prize. Alright, and prize number 3 is the dungeon map for the Fire Temple. Well, not bad prizes. I found 2 dungeon maps in this episode so far, but not the one that I was hoping for. Maybe I'll find it later in the episode. Now, I am thinking, like, maybe at some point after I finish with this randomizer, I'm thinking that maybe, kind of to pay homage to this playthrough of Zooter, is that maybe in Gary's mod I could... Oh, man. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, anyway. Oh my, I thought the hover boots were not equipped anymore. But anyway, I'm thinking that when I finish with playing this randomizer, I could maybe go into Gary's mod and do a couple of pictures, each based around the choice of randomized music in this area. I already did that for a YouTube user called Attacking Toucans when he did his second playthrough of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. He randomized the music, and so far that's the only time in which he's done that. When he did the third episode, he actually had the music be normal. And I guess some people can do that. I mean, it is optional. I personally think it's funnier and more well worth the randomizer to have the music be randomized, because otherwise, it just having the music play in the same locations as they always do just makes the game feel like it's the same as it always has been. So I want to have the randomized music to remind me that it's the randomizer, as well as also create some funny moments. Alright, and this Skulltula gives us a token. As if these haven't gotten old yet. Hopefully this chest has a better prize. Well, it was better, but not something I was hoping for. So anyway, I'm thinking that for doing Gary's mod pictures based around the choice of the randomized music goes... Oh, I found Serious Song! So now we'll be able to enter the Forest Temple, and also get that Goron bracelet from Darunia. So yeah, that's great. I wonder if this chest will have the minuet of... No, it was the gold. It was another gold Skulltula. So yeah, I guess that means that in maybe next episode, I may even go to the Lost Woods and play Saria's song for Mido. Yeah, I also remember that I don't think that I had gotten the Skulltula in the Lost Woods from planting the magic bean. Planting the magic bean to go up to a platform where you can only get to as Adult Link once you have planted the magic bean. And, you know, get that Skulltula that's on that high ledge. But I don't think that I could even do that if I didn't have Saria's song. But now that I do, I may be able to do that part now. Oh, so you have to kill the re-deads in order for the chest to appear. I thought it was collecting the rupees. Oh well. Oh, another key for the Shadow Temple. Yeah, I think that the silver rupees just open up another door, which I will still open up. Alright. No, I was supposed to grab it! Darn it. There we go. And what's this? Sticks. You got a Deku stick. Oh, not an upgrade? It'd be great if I had gotten an upgrade. Oh well. Okay, let me, throw this bomb into the skull. Oh, it's a Deku Nut. Oh, it was the Deku Nut upgrade! Well, that's good too. I only have 5 shots left. Alright, just gotta get that last one. There he is. Alright, come on, notice me. Notice me. Oh, dang it! Alright, well there we go. And that opens up that door. Alright, now I'm coming up with ideas for Gmod pictures of this Zooter playthrough. I think that for the houses, I would probably have to put in Ganondorf. You know, like maybe Ganondorf in Link's house. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even use the iron boots the first time playing through this. You know, using the iron boots to just keep myself from getting blown away by those fans. It was just something that I figured out one day, and well, I'm pretty sure that some people have also used the iron boots in this manner. I'm not sure how many people figured it out on their own, or saw it on the internet, or saw somebody do it on the internet, but I personally just eventually figured it out that you could do that. Use the iron boots to keep yourself from getting blown away by these fans. Come on, let me hook shot onto it. Finally. Alright, and there's another prize beyond this door. Hopefully that is something good. Alright, come on, Eye. Open up. Open up. Oh, I don't get a prize for that? Bummer. Well, I think that the episode may have gone long enough now. I think that I will end the episode right here, and in the next episode we will continue through this dungeon. So, I'll see you then.